The day started out so well. I was going to a party with friends after getting my first smartphone. We rode together. It was early April in Minnesota. As such, we were having a barbecue outside amidst the retreating banks of dirty snow. The text on my new phone came right after I opened my first beer and fired up the grill. Come home immediately. It was my parents. I quickly thought what I had done wrong. Nothing came in mind. Well, that night was young, and I was on my first beer. My mom often overreacted to things and demanded that I come home. I wasn't falling for that one again. The friend I came with would not want me to leave so soon. My parents could wait. I responded, I'm out with friends. I'll come home when I can. Then returned to the party. We broke bread and shared beers. We laughed and told tales. As the food was coming off the grill, the second text came. It's sharp, still unfamiliar on my new phone. My parents again. Come home now, it's a family emergency. Worried now, I wonder what it might be. Had someone gotten in an accident? We had a family friend who had been ill. Maybe they took a turn for the worse. Or maybe my sister, who had been depressed, had gotten herself hospitalized again. Well, regardless, my second beer was only half gone, and the sun had barely set. As it was still spraying, that meant the night was yet young. I wouldn't force my friends to leave so soon. I responded that I was gathering people to leave, but that would be a while. I then went around to tell those I came with we'd have to leave a bit earlier than planned, but that there was still no rush. As I finished my round, the food was coming off the grill. I let the problem slip from my mind and focus on the meal instead. I was coming back from the cooler as I got in my third beer when this time my new phone squawked, a sound I had never heard before. It was an email. I noticed the sender in the start of the subject line. It was my sister's boyfriend, and all it said was, "All my love." I felt weak. The world spun, and I found myself sitting on the ground, halfway back on the table, with tears silently slipping down my cheeks. While I didn't know with certainty, I had my suspicions. I don't know how long I sat there crying, moments or minutes. It felt like hours. My closest friend eventually saw me there, silently sitting in a heap on the ground, and asked what was wrong. I think I think my sister's dead. The table felt silent. He came off and helped me to the car as the driver, who was also at the table, gathered the rest of the people who arrived with us, letting them know the ride was leaving soon. The next 40 minutes were the longest of my life. We drove in silence. I wondered about the details. My parents obviously didn't want to tell me over the phone, and I couldn't force myself to call them and ask. Was she dead? Did she just hurt herself and get admitted to the hospital? Would there be permanent injuries? The thoughts chased themselves around my head. Then I remembered. The email, maybe it had more information. The subject line just said, "Oh my love." The body wasn't much more help. "I'm so sorry," it said. "I'll call you in a while, if that's okay. I'm so sorry." No help there. I knew it was serious, but little more. We rode in silence as I thought through all the various scenarios, each worse than the last. When I finally got home, I could barely hold myself together. I saw my parents crying in the back room. As I rounded the house, some dear family friends already there with them. As I came in, I barely managed to get the words out. "How bad is it?" I asked, unable to summon more words. My mother choked out, "She's dead. Suicide. We don't know the details yet." And that's when it hit me full force. It was real. She was dead. Thinking and knowing were entirely different. I had worried the whole way home about what had happened, but now found myself in the worst of those possible worlds. I felt weak. I felt sick. The pain came in waves, each more overwhelming than the last. I remember the surreal feeling of looking down at myself, at my family, a disembodied feeling. I was in shock, in the worst pain of my life, but I knew it was in shock. I knew it would only get worse from there. The disembodied self stuck around for the next week. My body paled, it rolled in a surreal circle I found myself living. We made funeral arrangement and figured out how to get her body back from New Zealand. Every family friend came to town in the procession, each new face letting me know again that this was real. Each sad expression, a tiny echo to the wrenching pain I felt. Another reminder of the situation at hand. My other self set aside and watched it all unfold like some bizarre scene from someone else's life. It wasn't real. It couldn't be real. But it was. So sickeningly real. A whole week I had beside myself. I never knew what that phase meant until I felt it. I thought they were just words. It was just an expression. My watcher laughed at that thought. It's odd what your disappointed observer laugh about. But I remember that thought. My watcher didn't come back down to earth until the funeral. There is finality in the funeral. There is purpose to the ritual. It made me realize just how real it was. Years before, she had called on my birthday. I had a bad week just before. I had been looking forward to my birthday to cheer me up. But the day came and nearly went without mention. My parents were out of state. My SO at the time forgot. I went to bed at 11 thinking everyone had forgotten. But at 11:30 my phone rang. I was in bed and did not get in there in time. My sister left a voicemail singing happy birthday because she'd never forget. There at the funeral, I heard her singing happy birthday over and over in my head. It was now sad and slow, a minor tone to the tune. To this day, it's the saddest sound I can imagine. Such happiness contract with such pain. Her remembering when everyone else forgot. Then her not being there to remember. As I sat in the pew listening to that haunting melody in my dead sister's voice, my other self came crashing down. Back to reality. Myself emerged from the shock I had been in the past week. The pain hit me again, this time without anesthesia or shock. It was real. He was her body, and we're putting it in the ground. Damn, that's a pretty sad story, man. Wow. Reddit stories always hit me different. Even from the beginning of the story, without it reading it, like I could tell it's a sad story. Man, I'm sorry for your loss, bro. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna make more videos like this, reading stories. And yeah, if you guys want, you can also send me some stories I can read on the channel. I really want to connect with you guys. Always doing something different when it's not my story, or just wanna connect with the community and do something different. That's why I'm focusing on making long form videos. As for now, and yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy my videos. I'm thankful, I'm grateful for any type of support, and make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.